Hi, welcome to a new video. Throughout history, caves have been of great importance to people as they served as safe shelters. However, some caves are so immensely large and mysterious that they can even send shivers down the spines of the bravest among us. Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video. Hidden in the shadows of the Bruniquel Cave in southwest France lies an enigma that has captivated the scientific community for years. In a remote corner of this dark cave, researchers stumbled upon an architectural marvel, a ring of stalagmites, meticulously arranged in a perfect circle. These stone pillars, erected with a precision that has stood the test of time, date back to some 175,000 years ago, left behind by the hands of a prehistoric civilization. It sheds new light on the depths of human history, challenging us to reconsider our assumptions about our ancestors. The careful placement of the stalagmites conjures images of a society capable of intricate thought, and as well as symbolic expression long before modern humans came into existence. The theories about the purpose of this stone circle vary. Some see it as a spiritual or ceremonial site, a sanctuary where ancient rituals were performed, possibly used to track the cycles of the moon. Whatever the true meaning of the circle may be, it's undeniable that the early humans who created the structure possessed remarkable intelligence and creativity. The Lamar Cave in western France is a remarkable archaeological site, known for its prehistoric engravings of exceptionally detailed and realistic human faces. These engravings, estimated to be around 14,000 years old, were discovered in 1937 by French archaeologist Leon Tonjang. Inside, thousands of engraved stones were found, featuring images of animals and, most notably, human portraits that appear strikingly modern. These human faces stand out due to their detailed expressions, hairstyles, facial hair, and clothing, rare features in Upper Paleolithic art. Unlike the simplified or abstract human figures often seen in cave art, these faces seem almost contemporary. The technique used was engraving on flat limestone slabs, as opposed to painting on cave walls, as in many other prehistoric sites. Some figures appear to be in motion, and the detailed engravings suggest an early form of portraiture, indicating that specific individuals might have been depicted. Hidden in the majestic Austrian Alps, Eisenriesenwelt reveals itself as a realm of eternal winter and hidden secrets. Discovered in 1879, this cave is known as one of the largest of its kind, a wonderland of glittering ice formations and breathtaking natural artworks. But behind the serene beauty lurk stories that send shivers down the spine. Whispers of supernatural entities and invisible spirits fill the cold air of these icy halls. Whether these tales are rooted in imagination or contain a kernel of truth, they add a layer of mystery to the already intriguing cave. Visitors often speak of an ominous atmosphere enveloping this cave, a sense of not being alone in the vast frozen corridors. The cave's not just a natural wonder, but also a canvas of the rich tapestry of stories and legends that have fascinated humanity for centuries. Laas Geel, meaning source of water for camels, is a rock shelter and cave complex located 34 miles or 55 kilometers north of Hargeisa, the capital of Somaliland. Determining the age of the artworks is difficult, but pigment fragments suggest they date back to around 3500 to 2500 BC. However, scientists suggest that the paintings could be anywhere from 5,000 to 11,000 years old. The main shelter spans an area of 558 square feet, or 170 square meters, with a ceiling fully adorned with artwork. It's estimated that there are 350 images of animals and humans, along with various tribal markings among the rock paintings. The presence of herders and wild animals suggests that the area, now dry, was once lush and green, during the interglacial period, teeming with wildlife. Some images are simply outlined, while others display intricate features, such as radiant neck stripes and patterns resembling ceremonial garments. The painted cows in Laas Geel have cup-shaped heads close to large horns, possibly symbolizing fertility with lines connecting to the spine. The various colors form polychrome figures, while the ambiguous human depictions lead researchers to believe they may represent deities or imagined beings. Hidden in the dense jungle of Thailand lies the mysterious Naka Cave, a place housing fearsome inhabitants, the infamous monocled cobra. These venomous snakes are masters of camouflage, and have made the cave their kingdom. Visitors are strongly advised to be cautious, to consider every step, and above all, not to provoke the cobras. But the true terror of the Naka Cave is not just the presence of these poisonous guardians. According to ancient legends, lurking in the deepest shadows of the cave is a creature so mythical, it's almost unbelievable. A giant serpent, guardian of an underworld not of this world. Those who claim to have seen this monster speak of a creature with the girth of a tree trunk, and eyes that glow like fiery coals. One of the most puzzling legends among the Australian Aboriginals is that of the Wanjinas, revered as the highest spiritual beings and creators of the land and its people. The land of the Wanjinas spans an expansive area of around 124,000 square miles, or 200,000 square kilometers, including land, waters, seas, and islands in the Kimberley region in northwest Australia. This region has an unbroken cultural heritage that dates back to at least 60,000 years, although it could have been older. An intriguing aspect of their rock paintings is the depiction of Wanjinas, shown with white faces, large black eyes, no mouths, and a halo or helmet around their heads. The ancient paintings are interpreted as stylized humans, owls, or even evidence of extraterrestrial visitors, who once made contact with the local population. Some believe that these extraterrestrials played a direct role in creation. Step into the shadowy world of the Hellfire Caves in West Wycombe, England, a place steeped in legend and mystery. Created in the 18th century, these tunnels and hidden chambers served as a secret refuge for the notorious Hellfire Club, a gathering of the elite who indulged in occult rituals and unrestrained revelry. Within the chilling walls of the Hellfire Caves, it's said that echoes of the past still linger. Visitors speak of an unmistakable atmosphere of fear, and even unrest that haunts the corridors. But nothing's as unsettling as the appearance of the White Lady, a ghostly presence that wanders through the shadows. Is she the soul of a woman lost in tragedy within these stone walls? Or perhaps the life of a nun, whose life was brutally taken by the members of the Hellfire Club? Whoever she may be, an encounter with the White Lady leaves an indelible impression, a memory that stays with you long after you've left the cave. The Apollo 11 Cave in Namibia is one of Africa's most important prehistoric archaeological sites, famous for its collection of stone slabs, featuring some of the earliest known figurative art. The cave, located in the Huns Mountains, was excavated in the 1960s by German archaeologist W.E. Wendt. Among the finds were small rock slabs with depictions of animals dating back 25,000 to 27,000 years, making them some of the oldest known artworks. One of the most intriguing discoveries from the Apollo 11 Cave is a fragmentary image of a therianthropic figure, a being that blends human and animal features. This figure is strikingly unusual, with a human hind legs, the body of an antelope, and a predatory feline head, possibly a lion or leopard. Similar therianthropic beings later appear in sandrock paintings found throughout South Africa and other parts of Namibia. Hidden in the depths of Zanjan, Iran, lies a cave system that harbors a discovery straight out of a tale: the Saltmen. These ancient mummies, first unearthed in the 1990s, offer a glimpse into a forgotten world, perfectly preserved by time thanks to the salt that envelops them. These men, believed to have been miners in an era long gone before ours, met their fate due to a sudden earthquake. Trapped by fate, they left behind a legacy that was discovered thousands of years later. The salt crystals have preserved the bodies of these miners, in a state that seems almost as alive as the day tragedy had struck. Through the Saltmen, archaeologists have gained unique insight into the daily lives, clothing, and even diets of people who lived in ancient Persia. These mummified figures serve as a reminder of the vulnerability of human existence in the face of relentless forces of nature. At the same time, they're a testament to nature's ability to preserve what would otherwise be lost to time. Rock Art Ranch, located near Winslow, Arizona, is a privately owned cattle ranch, showcasing the wonders of the Old West. The site contains well-preserved Native American petroglyphs, along with Anasazi dwellings, a Navajo hogan, and a sweat lodge. It creates a unique image of their history. Archaeological evidence shows that people have traversed this area for 13,000 years. Various groups, including hunter-gatherers, semi-nomadic farmers, and later sedentary communities, have left their mark on the land. Today, the site's still considered an active sacred location, with over 3,000 petroglyphs discovered on the property, mostly dating from 5000 BC to 1400 AD. The petroglyphs, made by carving into the rock, adorn the walls of an approximately 2-mile or 3.2-kilometer long accessible canyon. Visitors can easily recognize animals, people, and mysterious symbols, including the life-size petroglyph of the Mother of the Game, impressively depicted on the rock wall. The mystery of giant skeletons hidden in the dark corners of caves has tantalized our imagination for generations. But wait until you hear about the recent photo that rocked the internet: a gigantic serpent carcass. This revelation has sparked speculation about epic battles between a long-lost civilization of giants and these colossal serpents. From Greek mythology to indigenous folklore, snakes are often depicted as formidable creatures, evoking a mix of awe and fear. And while scientists have yet to stumble upon irrefutable evidence that giant snakes once inhabited our planet, the legend of the Titanoboa speaks volume, a prehistoric monster reportedly reaching 49 feet or 15 meters in length. These tales fuel speculation that somewhere in the pristine depths of our world, evidence lies hidden that could bring these myths to life. The Lascaux Caves in southwestern France are among the most famous prehistoric sites, containing impressive cave paintings around 17,000 years old. They were discovered in 1940 and feature over 600 paintings and 1,500 engravings, mostly of large animals, abstract signs, and enigmatic figures. One of the most famous sections of Lascaux is the Great Hall of the Bulls, which contains enormous depictions of bulls, horses, and deer, some of which are more than 16 feet or 5 meters long. The depicted animals give the impression of movement, suggesting that the artists were experimenting with early forms of artistic animation. In a deeper section, known as the Shaft of the Dead Man, there's a mysterious scene that stands out among the predominantly naturalistic animal depictions. It features a bison with protruding intestines, a lying humanoid figure with a bird-like head, a bird on a shamanistic staff, and a type of bird that may symbolize the spirit world. This is one of the earliest known narrative scenes in prehistoric art. Some scholars interpret it as a mythological story, a shaman in trance, or a depiction of a hunting accident. However, the reason why Lascaux was abandoned remains a mystery. Some believe that the cave may have been considered sacred and deliberately left undisturbed, or that changes in belief systems or practices made the caves less important. Just the name of this cave will send shivers down your spine. The Cave of Horror is located near the silent, expansive waters of the Dead Sea in Israel. This location houses a discovery of the Western Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient manuscripts shedding light on the earliest versions of the Hebrew Bible and the religious lives of ancient Jewish communities. Discovered in the middle of the 20th century, these scrolls are not only an archaeological sensation, but also a window to the past, giving us a rare insight into times long gone. With its dark corridors and chasms that seem to lead to unknown abysses, a sense of ominous silence envelops the cave. For adventurers and history enthusiasts wanting to unravel the mysteries of our world, this place offers a terrifying yet irresistible adventure. Hidden in the Himalayas of Nepal lies Mustang, a mysterious cave system full of mysteries. These caves are so ancient they seem to defy time itself. It once served as a refuge for people braving the rugged wilderness. According to legend, the caves were built by gods or demons, guardians of deep underground treasures. Another legend tells of immortal monks with magical powers, masters of the secrets of eternal life, who had left the enchanting sculptures and murals. Then there's the story that the cave served as the backdrop for the rituals of the Bon religion, serving as a portal to the underworld for communication with the spirits. With its mix of natural beauty and centuries-old legends, Mustang offers a unique glimpse into the world that is both beautiful and mysterious, a place where the past still lives on today. Although the current Sandawi religion does not include buffalo anthropomorphism or human transformation, some rituals display parallels with these ancient artworks. The paintings are estimated to be several hundred years old. Located in the Swaga Game Reserve in Tanzania, it features motifs of trio anthropomorphic figures, adorned with stylized buffalo heads. Most of these artworks are in good condition, largely thanks to a rock overhang that protects them from flowing water and excessive sunlight. Among the Amak'hee 4 paintings is a particularly striking scene, focusing on 3 figures, prominently displaying stylized buffalo heads. These forms evoke the profile of a buffalo with a distinctive central indentation, outward curving horns, and downward pointing ears. In the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, hidden beneath the lush jungle and beneath a scorching sun, lies the mysterious Hell's Bells Cenote. This natural wonder, famous for its crystal clear waters and impressive rock formations, is a gateway to a world full of secrets begging to be discovered. Numerous expeditions have attempted to explore the complex network of underground caves and passages, but the full mystery has never been revealed. It's whispered that these dark cave waterways may lead to Xibalba, the legendary Maya underworld, or even hiding places of unknown sea creatures. The Yucatan Peninsula harbors the longest underwater cave systems in the world, and the Hell's Bells Cenote is part of this giant network. Adventurers who dive deeper into the serene surface risk getting lost to the endless labyrinths of caves, a journey with no guarantee of return. Garban Mung, located on the lands of the Jawan Aboriginal people in southwestern Onman Land, remained a secret to the Jawan until 2006. It's believed to house the oldest art in the world, and Garban Mung's so remote that it's only accessible by helicopter. Its sacred nature has led the traditional owners to close the site to anyone not a member of the Jawan tribe. Garban Mung contains 36 engraved sandstone pillars, supporting the roof, making it appear as if the massive stone slab is detached from the cliff. The ceiling of Garban Mung is adorned with paintings, approximately 28,000 years old. The artworks feature vibrant colors of red, white, black, and orange. depicting spiritual beings, while animals are portrayed in the traditional Jawon X-ray painting style. Excavations within the shelter also revealed a large piece of ochre chalk, made from mulberry-colored pigment, found between sediments dating back 13,000 to 23,000 BC. This pigment matches the colors used in the mummy or dynamic human figures that adorn the ceilings and walls of the cave. On a cold night in February 2019, a group of archaeologists unveiled a secret that had been hidden for centuries in the shadows of the Creswell Caves in Nottinghamshire. They stumbled upon what is now known as the largest collection of witch marks in all of Great Britain. These mysterious markings are scratched into the stone at the cave entrance, on the walls, and around the hearth, and they tell a chilling story. The markings, carefully made with sharp objects, depict patterns such as VV for Virgo Virginum and PM for Per Mariam, intended as shields against witches and the malevolent entities. This fascinating discovery offers a glimpse into the intense concern and superstition that gripped people of that time. But the creators of these markings were not the first inhabitants of these caves. Creswell Crags has a long history of human presence, dating back to the Ice Age. For generations, people sought refuge in these caves, a tradition that continued into the Middle Ages, the period where these markings were made. It was a time when churches and houses were often adorned with similar symbols, but the presence of these marks in a cave is quite a rarity. It suggests that Creswell Crags served as a safe haven during times of social unrest. Tassili en Azur in the Algerian Sahara contains ancient drawings of lost civilization, including figures that resemble extraterrestrials. These paintings are recognized as the oldest known colored cave paintings in the world, making this site one of the most significant collections of prehistoric cave art globally. One of the most striking paintings is a backward-facing depiction. The artworks chronicle climate changes, animal migrations, and the evolution of human life in the region from 6000 BC to early centuries of the current era. A French soldier, Charles Brennens, is credited with some of the first discoveries in the early 1930s. During an exploration mission in a remote part of the desert, he stumbled upon paintings and rock engravings featuring elephants, giraffes, rhinoceroses, and the unusual human figures. He returned to the site in 1956, this time accompanied by Henry Lehote, a French explorer who provided financial support for their work. Over 16 months, Henry and his team documented nearly 800 paintings. He theorized that the humanoid figures could represent ancient extraterrestrials, naming one of the most striking works, Garban, as a depiction of a great Mars god. In the wild and rugged landscape of British Columbia, Canada, lies a cave that only the bravest dare to explore, the Sarlac Pit Cave. It's a labyrinth of secret tunnels, tight passages, and treacherous rocks that challenge even the most seasoned adventurers. But what truly makes the cave infamous isn't just the hazardous terrain. Nope, there's a legend that quickens the heart of even the most skeptical visitors. The cave is said to be named after the terrifying Sarlac Pit monster from the Star Wars universe. Local stories tell of a creature that resembles the legendary monster, complete with tentacles and a gaping mouth large enough to swallow you whole. "It was like I was starring in my own horror movie," said one eyewitness. "That thing had a mouth. Man, you don't want to know how scary that was." But the real dangers of the Sarlac Pit aren't the monsters from our imagination. It's the unpredictable rock formations and sudden depths that are truly life-threatening. Many have attempted to uncover the secrets of this cave, but not everyone has returned to tell the tale. Nestled in the heart of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, lie the Forbidden Caves, a mysterious world hidden beneath the earth, shielded from eyes of the public. For over a century, these caves have been a forbidden zone, surrounded by legends that have piqued the curiosity of adventurers worldwide. Discovered in the 19th century by miners in search of treasures from the earth, these underground chambers were soon sealed off, due to the dangers that they harbored. But what lies within these hidden depths is the subject of fascination and speculation. It's said that the caves are an enchanting world, filled with glittering crystals adorning the walls and underground lakes as clear as the sky. But the beauty of this hidden place is accompanied by the tales of the unexplainable and the supernatural. Some daredevils claim that strange extraterrestrial beings lurk in the darkest corners of this cave. The Kapova Cave is one of the most remarkable prehistoric sites in Russia, within the Shogun-Tash Nature Reserve. This cave, nestled in the limestone cliffs of the Belaya River, contains some of the oldest known examples of Paleolithic rock. This cave, nestled in the limestone cliffs of the Belaya River, contains some of the oldest known examples of Paleolithic rock paintings in Eastern Europe. The cave paintings were first discovered in 1959 by Russian scientist Alexander Ryumin. Since then, more than 175 individual images have been identified, including mammoths, horses, bison, rhinoceros, and two-humped camel. Dating has placed these paintings between 14,500 and 37,000 years old, making them roughly contemporaneous with the famous cave paintings of Lascaux in France. One of the most intriguing aspects of Movile Cave is the depiction of a two-humped camel, a species not known to have lived in the southern Urals during the late Paleolithic. This raises several questions. Did early humans travel further than previously thought? And did they encounter camels in Central Asia or the Gobi Desert? Could there have been a network of long-distance trade that connected the Urals with regions where camels were present? Interestingly, the Bactrian camel, which is two humps, is native to Central Asia, but is not believed to have been present in the Urals at that time. This depiction suggests that early humans may have had knowledge of regions far beyond their immediate environment. Nestled in the vast Great Basin Desert of Nevada rests a tale so ancient it was nearly forgotten by time. In the depths of the Spirit Cave, a discovery was made of a mummy carefully wrapped in woven reeds, serving as a 9,400-year-old witness to a long-gone era. This mummy is one of the oldest and best-preserved remains ever found in North America, offering a rare glimpse into the life and culture of the people who once inhabited this harsh landscape. However, a veil of mystery and controversy surrounded the Spirit Cave. After the mummy was discovered in the 1940s, archaeologists took it to a museum, where it remained hidden from the world for decades. But in the 1990s, in a time of change and recognition, the mummy was returned to the local indigenous community as a gesture of respect and restitution. However, the story of the Spirit Cave mummy didn't end there. In 2017, new research emerged. Analysis revealed that the mummy was likely related to indigenous groups still residing in the area. Deep in the heart of County Kilkenny, Ireland, lies the Dunmore Cave, a place both fascinating and quite eerie. This ancient cave, formed by the force of acidic groundwater dissolving limestone rocks, reveals a hidden world of underground tunnels, as well as secret passages and hidden chambers. Inside the cave, you're greeted by an enchanting spectacle of stalactites and stalagmites, growing from dripping mineral deposits, and other rock formations sculpted by flowing water. There's even an underground river that whispers its way through the depths of the cave. But Dunmore Cave is not just known for its natural beauty. Surrounded by whispers of spirits of people from long bygone times who met a tragic end here, the cave is a place of dark legends and mysterious tales. One of the most chilling events in the cave's history occurred in the 10th century. Over 1,000 people sought refuge in the safe darkness of Dunmore, only to be brutally slaughtered by Viking raiders. Years later, the bones of these unfortunate souls were discovered in a pit, a silent witness to the horror that unfolded here. In the remote rock shelters of northern Brazil lies one of the most captivating ancient rock paintings in the world. This remarkable artwork is found beneath a cathedral-like cliff 492 feet or 150 meters high. This site in Serra da Capivara National Park, Piauí, could revise our understanding of human history and has become a subject of debate. The controversy stems from the dating of the rock paintings, which are thought to be about 25,000 years old. However, a small group of leading rock painting experts suggest that they could be even older, possibly up to 36,000 years old. The rock paintings depict wild animals and human figures in complex hunting scenes, dancing, supernatural beings, and ritual activities. Artists brought the ancient fauna to life, depicting red deer, armadillos, capybaras, jaguars, lizards, tapirs, and the now extinct giant rheas, a type of ostrich. The red deer is the most frequently depicted of these animals. Large mammals are often shown in groups, typically in a running position, as if fleeing from hunters. Additionally, the presence of processions, lines of human and animal figures, suggest a significant meaning. In the shadows of Jackson County, Alabama, lies a place so saturated with mystery that even the bravest souls hesitate to enter its depths. Nameless Cave 19, so named for its hidden origin in the absence of a clear entrance. This cave, shrouded in eternal darkness, is known for its eerie ambience that sends shivers down the spines of most people. But what sends chills down your spine isn't just the ominous silence or the chilly air that pervades it. It's the creature lurking in the shadows. Hidden in the deepest recesses of the cave dwells a giant being, standing over 10 feet or 3 meters tall. Some whisper that it's the soul of a Native American warrior, filled with anger and sorrow, who had died defending his land against invaders. Others claim it's the lost spirit of an explorer, whose curiosity became his downfall, forever trapped in the stone labyrinth. Deeply hidden near the bustling Niagara Falls, precisely on the border between the United States and Canada, lies a mystery that sends shivers down the spines of most adventurers. We're not talking about the stunning height or the deep abyss that welcomes you with a misstep. Nope, there's something much creepier going on. In the shadow of these natural wonders, hidden from the eye of the ordinary passerby, lies the Cave of the Evil Spirit. This natural cave carries a tale that will make your hairs on your arms stand on end. It is said that the place is possessed by an evil spirit, a presence so intense that visitors can't ignore it. Legend has it that the evil spirit was awakened by the construction of a hydroelectric power plant near Niagara Falls. The cave serves as a portal, a door to our world through which the spirit can unleash its fury on unsuspecting souls. Native American Indians and other indigenous groups created cave paintings of creatures resembling dinosaurs, suggesting that they were familiar with these animals long before the rise of paleontology. These clear illustrations challenge the theory of evolution, as it's believed that humans and dinosaurs were separated by more than 65 million years. Dinosaur rock paintings can be found in various locations, including the Grand Canyon, as well as in ravines, caves, and other regions. In Natural Bridges State Park, petroglyphs created by Anasazi Indians between 400 and 1500 AD depict animals that resemble dinosaurs. Additionally, a pictograph in the Havasupai Canyon within the Grand Canyon shows men hunting these dinosaur-like creatures. Other significant discoveries in the Grand Canyon include rock paintings that strongly resemble a duck-billed dinosaur. In Utah and Colorado, rock paintings and petroglyphs dated from 400 AD to 1300 AD show various dinosaur species. The rock paintings in Black Dragon Canyon, Utah feature red pictographs of people, animals, and a large winged creature resembling a pterosaur. These paintings, discovered by amateurs in 1928, sparked discussions about the flying monster, identified as a pterosaur, a flying reptile from the Cretaceous period. Deep in the heart of the remote Maher National Forest in Oregon, hidden amidst dense trees and the whispering of the wind, lies the Maher Cave, a place shrouded in mystery and whispered tales. This is where shadows whisper of a secret society of Freemasons, who reportedly gathered here. The origins and purposes of these mysterious gatherings are shrouded in the mists of time, with only local legends offering us a glimpse into what may have occurred. It's whispered that the Freemasons convened here to perform ancient rituals and ceremonies, far removed from the outside world that was to know nothing of their secrets. Some believe they gathered to discuss worldly matters, shielded from the prying eyes of the world. Others say that the cave was a refuge for practicing dark and sinister magic, with the aid of unknown supernatural forces. Today, the brave among us can experience the mysterious and almost otherworldly atmosphere of the Maher Cave for themselves. The echoes of the past still linger, and in the air, the shadows dance on the ancient walls. The Ogden Tunchil Muknak Cave was a well-kept secret until the 1980s, when British explorers stumbled upon its entrance by chance during their search for an ancient Maya burial site. For over a millennium, from around 700 AD until the Spaniards set foot in the 16th century, this cave was a significant part of Maya culture. Hidden in the Cayo district of Belize, the ATM Cave attracts adventurers from around the world. It's not just any cave, it was a secret place for the Maya, used for ritual offerings to appease the gods. The Maya believed that the cave provided a passage to the underworld, and that through offerings and rituals, they could communicate with the gods to ensure prosperity and well-being for their people. These sacred ceremonies were often led by shamans or priests, who guided the chosen offerings on their final journey. Today, visitors of the cave can still see traces of these ancient practices, including the remains of many offerings. Perhaps most striking is the Crystal Maiden, a young girl whose bones have calcified over time, giving her a dazzling appearance in the darkness of this cave. Noarlunga, located in Kakadu National Park, Australia, is famous for its ancient Aboriginal rock paintings, offering insights into the history, spirituality, and the culture of the indigenous population. The Bundjalung Mungi people have used the rock shelter for thousands of years as a refuge and for storytelling, with some paintings dating back more than 20,000 years. One of the paintings depicts Namarkin, also known as the Lightning Man, a spiritual figure associated with thunderstorms in the wet season. There's also another dangerous spirit depicted as a malevolent creature that feeds on a woman. Many paintings feature the X-ray style, where the internal organs and bone structures of animals are visible. There's also mummy spirits, supernatural beings who predated humanity and are said to have taught the first humans how to hunt, cook, and perform ceremonies. Mummies are depicted as tall, thin, and almost skeletal in appearance. Some stories say they're so frail that a strong wind could break them. They're also said to dwell in the crevices and caves of rocky outcrops, emerging at night to hunt and play. The Huautla Cave, a hidden wonder deep in the mountains of Oaxaca, Mexico, was unveiled in 1967 by American cave explorer Phil Smith. This gigantic cave system, with over 37 miles or 60 kilometers of winding paths and passages diving up to almost 1,000 feet or 300 meters deep, is known as one of the most challenging caves in the world. Inside this underground realm, you'll find enormous stalactites and stalagmites, some as long as 10 feet or 3 meters, growing a little more each year. It's also the place where you can meet a unique shrimp species that has adapted to life in complete darkness in the underground lake. But don't be deceived by the beauty of this cave system. Exploring it's no child's play. The cave is littered with narrow crevices, deep chasms, and underwater passages that even the most seasoned adventurers find challenging. And if that's not enough, it's also inhabited by some of the region's most dangerous creatures, including poisonous spiders and bats. Have you ever heard of Lovelock Cave in West Nevada? This limestone cave was the perfect hangout for early inhabitants, thanks to natural protection and plenty of food and water. Research indicates that people settled here around 3000 BC, and since then, the cave has been used by various groups. Excavations in the 20th century revealed a bunch of strange and bizarre findings. Among these findings were stories of red-haired giants. Yeah, you heard that right, giants. Rumors suggest that their mummified remains were found in this cave. And that's not all. There was also prehistoric sandals, decoy ducks made of woven reeds, and many more amazing things. It seems Lovelock Cave was home to the original inhabitants for thousands of years. The giants were said to be tall and strong, with fiery red hair and even 6 fingers on each hand, and 6 toes on each foot. While there's no concrete evidence of their existence, many people wonder if there might still be some truth to these legends. Some even believe that this mysterious race of giants was eventually defeated by the indigenous American tribes. The Cave of Swimmers is one of the most famous rock painting sites in the Sahara and is known for its unique depictions of swimming figures. Located in Wadi Sara, the Valley of Images, this cave, along with a second shallow cave, is situated in the southern part of Gilf Kebir Plateau in Egypt's western desert. This remote and inaccessible area was only known to European cartographers in 1926. The cave gets its name from the human figures painted on its walls that appear to move like swimmers, or, as some note, mermaids. Laszlo Alamzi, who discovered the cave, suggested that the swimming figures point to a time when the region was water-rich, meaning it was not always a dry desert. The paintings date back between 9,000 and 6,000 years ago, though some researchers suggest earlier or even later dates. In addition to the swimmers, the cave contains other human figures engaged in various activities. A carefully engraved print of an antelope hoof adds another layer of intrigue to this fascinating site. The most striking are the negative handprints, made by blowing pigment onto the rock walls, showcasing the creativity and skill of these ancient inhabitants. Bracken Cave, located on the northern outskirts of San Antonio in the United States, reportedly houses the largest colony of bats in the world. At first glance, you would never suspect what's happening inside this cave, but it can give you nightmares, at least for some. In the summer, over 15 million Mexican free-tailed bats swarm around the cave. Some researchers claim that there can be up to 500 bats per 10 square feet. Although this may sound scary, the bats have a positive side. They help eat all the pests in the area. With special permission, you can take a tour to visit these fascinating bats. There's nothing quite like seeing millions of bats emerge from the darkness of the cave at sunset to go hunting at night. The Catskills Cone refers to a mysterious artifact discovered by 2 hikers in the Catskill Mountains in New York. This artifact, a hand-carved statue with 6 rusty nails in its eyes and a cord around its neck, was found in a small cave. Despite some hesitation, the hikers decided to take the statue with them. It later gained public attention after being purchased by Greg and Dana Newkirk, paranormal researchers who included it in their traveling museum of the paranormal and occult. The Newkirks have reported several supernatural incidents associated with the artifact, leading it to be known as a potentially possessed object. These incidents have sparked further investigation into the origin of the statue and the nature of the phenomena surrounding it. 10,000-year-old rock paintings in the Kerala region of India shed new light on how ancient civilizations might have interacted with mysterious beings from other worlds. These paintings, found in Chhattisgarh, depict what appear to be extraterrestrials and UFOs. Anthropologists working with local mountain tribes in this remote area have discovered intricate drawings of humanoid figures dressed in spacesuits, flying in disc-shaped vehicles reminiscent of modern UFOs. Among these images are shapes that resemble wormholes in the sky, and large humanoid beings descending while wearing hats or antennae. A series of mysterious cave paintings resembling an ancient calendar suggest both past encounters with extraterrestrial beings and predictions of future visits. The calendar includes dates ranging from 2030 to 2046, though the exact figures remain unclear due to the challenges of accurately translating ancient symbols. Local inhabitants have long believed in the Rohela people, extraterrestrials who briefly visit Earth to impart knowledge and skills. Christian Lascaux is an adventurous cave explorer who made a remarkable discovery in 1986 in the Dobrizhia region of Romania. During his hike, he stumbled upon an opening of a cave that had been sealed off from the outside world for over 5.5 million years. The cave was named the Movile Cave and turned out to be one of the most toxic places on Earth. The Movile Cave is unique because its ecosystem is based on chemosynthesis, meaning organisms can survive here without sunlight. This mysterious cave has even created its own ecosystem, where scientists have discovered as many as 57 different species, including millipedes. Although it's an extraordinary, fascinating place, the cave is so toxic that teams of researchers can only stay there for a maximum of 3 hours. So caution is required due to the extreme toxicity of the environment. The Serra del Lindosa in the Colombian Amazon is home to one of the most remarkable rock painting traditions in the world. Created with vibrant ochre pigments, the art features a mix of abstract and figurative designs, showcasing a variety of animal motifs. The art provides crucial insights into how the Amazon's inhabitants understood their environment. With the help of indigenous elders and ritual specialists, archaeologists have finally begun documenting the ancient rock paintings at 6 locations in the Amazon rainforest. This effort comes after nearly a century of political unrest and geographical challenges that previously hindered access to the art. While the exact age of the paintings is uncertain, they may be 11,000 to 12,000 years old, created shortly after the first human presence in the Colombian Amazon. Today, the indigenous groups in the region likely have ancestors who created this art. The rock painting motifs painted with ochre include representations of hundreds of human figures, as well as plants, animals, and mythical creatures, and geometric shapes. Research suggests these paintings may display ritual connections to spiritual realms, where humans and the supernatural converge. There's few scary stories from American history as well known as the eerie tale of the Bell Witch Cave. This cave, located in Adams, Tennessee, United States, stretches over a length of 492 feet. For many, the thought of entering this cave is quite chilling. The reason for this is its connection to the Bell Witch, a ghost reportedly belonging to a woman named Kate Batts. The cave is situated on the land of the Bell family, who claim to have been haunted by this ghost for years. The Bell Witch would keep them awake at night, and according to the story, John Bell, the head of the family, was poisoned by the ghost. Even the American president, Andrew Jackson, once attempted to spend a night at the Bell family farm, but he didn't last long. A Tommyknocker is a creature from Celtic mythology resembling a gnome. According to legend, it's the spirit of a deceased miner from Cornwall, England. These beings would lead people to get lost in caves to their demise. Over the years, there have been numerous reports of encounters with Tommyknockers, and sometimes they would also make eerie knocking sounds. It's believed that these knocking sounds could warn of a cave collapse danger. Others suggest that Tommyknockers would steal miners' lights, food, and tools. In 1990, a local guide claimed to have been harassed by a Tommyknocker in the cave, causing people to stumble. Why an ancient tribe depicted bizarre horned figures on their graves remains a mystery, but scientists recently discovered how this prehistoric art might have been created. Dating back to 5,000 years ago, in the Bronze Age, these figures were first discovered near the village of Kurokol, in the Altai Republic in Siberia, Russia. While some have suggested that these unusual figures may represent gods, their true meaning is still unclear. These striking artworks, made in red, white, and black, were created by heating various substances to produce vibrant pigments. This discovery represents the oldest colored rock paintings ever found in Siberia, a region that has been inhabited by humans for about 50,000 years. Scientists from the Kurchatov Institute discovered that artists used chemical knowledge 5,000 years ago to create desired hues. The mysterious Mammoth Cave is known for several reasons. Firstly, it's the world's longest cave system, stretching an astonishing 398 miles, and has a labyrinth of various passages. However, what makes this cave even more interesting is the tale by H.P. Lovecraft that makes it quite eerie. About 4,000 years ago, it was prehistoric Indians who first entered this cave and began burying their loved ones within its deep passages. For 2,000 years, the cave was a place regularly visited by the Indians until their presence suddenly ceased. Some people claim that strange occurrences take place in the cave, and spirits wander there. There's even a story of a man who claimed to have been pursued by a creature with human features, but rat-like claws and black eyes. The Magura Cave reveals the mysterious world of ancient peoples and their spiritual connection to the universe. These 7,000-year-old paintings are more than just art. They contain ritual symbols and spiritual codes that reflect the belief of prehistoric societies. Located near the village of Rabisha in the Vidin district, the cave formation began around 15 million years ago, on a hill rising 1,512 feet or 461 meters high. Inside, various halls and galleries can be explored, where the Bronze Age inhabitants lived and left settlements alongside impressive wall paintings. The largest hall contains evidence of life from 3100 to 900 BC, making the early Iron Age. One of the side galleries displays an impressive series of ritual drawings, considered masterpieces of late prehistoric art in Europe. This gallery likely served as a cult site for the prehistoric inhabitants of the cave, emphasizing its spiritual significance. In 1968, a group of Russian men discovered a cave in Abkhazia region in Georgia. The cave is now known as the deepest cave in the world, with an incredible depth of 7,257 feet. It's almost impossible to explore the entire cave due to its enormous size. A team of researchers entered the cave to spend the night and admire the beautiful turquoise lake. During their exploration, they also discovered gigantic crystals that were as old as 50,000 years and contained bacterial life. However, at one point, they heard a terrifying sound resembling a roar. Suddenly, the cave began shaking violently, as if a powerful earthquake was occurring, and a part of the cave was quickly flooded with water. Fortunately, the researchers managed to escape, but they had to leave much of their equipment behind to get out safely. In 2008, a man named Kenny Veach posted a comment under a video titled "Son of a Technician at Area 51. In that comment, he claimed that during a hike near the Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, he discovered a secret cave. The entrance to that cave looked like the letter M. Kenny claimed that when he entered the cave, his body started trembling, and he panicked. He quickly ran away, because this was one of the strangest things he had ever experienced. People in the comments became curious, and encouraged him to go back to investigate and film the phenomenon. But one comment stood out. Someone warned him not to go back, because he might not return. Kenny ignored the warning, and went back to the cave twice. Unfortunately, he never returned after his last visit. Several days later, authorities found his phone. What do you think happened to Kenny?
9 Mile Canyon, located in eastern Utah, is often called the world's largest art gallery due to its extensive collection of prehistoric rock paintings. This canyon stretches about 40 miles, or 64 kilometers, and contains tens of thousands of petroglyphs and pictographs, mainly created by Fremont culture. The rock paintings span thousands of years and showcase a rich history and culture of Native Americans. Visitors can explore the impressive red rock walls of the canyon, which serve as a canvas for these ancient artworks. Sago Canyon, located nearby, is another notable site, known for its ancient rock paintings. These include a variety of petroglyphs and pictographs made about 8,000 years ago by various Native American cultures. The artworks in Sago Canyon are particularly remarkable due to their ghostly depictions, which have sparked various interpretations, from spiritual visions to extraterrestrial encounters. Yet another nearby rock painting is the Barrier Canyon style in the Great Gallery of Horseshoe Canyon, featuring unique stylized figures that are found nowhere else in the world. This artwork is believed to have been created by ancient peoples who inhabited the area long before European settlers arrived. The style is characterized by large anthropomorphic figures and abstract designs, likely having spiritual or ceremonial significance.
The Cueva de las Manos, also known as the Cave of Hands in Santa Cruz, Argentina, looks like something out of a mysterious movie. In this cave, there are hundreds of ancient handprints painted on the rocks. What makes it extra fascinating is that these handprints were made between 13,000 and 9,500 years ago, by the people who lived thousands of years before us. In addition to the handprints, you can also admire images of animals and hunting scenes on the rock walls. The mystery of this cave is that no one knows who made these handprints, or why they did it. It remains a puzzle that archaeologists and researchers still speculate about. Perhaps they were ritual symbols, perhaps they were a way to pass on knowledge, or perhaps just an artistic expression of the people of that time.
The Leong Tonjang Cave, located in Indonesia, houses what is currently recognized as the oldest known representative depiction of an animal in the world. This remarkable artwork is dated to at least 45,500 years ago. The painting depicts Sulawesi warty pigs, shown in profile using red mineral pigments, specifically ochre. The artwork shows at least 3 of these pigs engaging in social interaction, suggesting a narrative element in the image. But it's not the only cave painting in the area. The Leong Bulu Sipong 4K painting, located in South Sulawesi, is an important archaeological find, dating back around 43,900 years to 44,000 years. This artwork is notable for its depiction of partly human, partly animal figures, often referred to as therianthropes, in a hunting scene. The painting stretches about 15 feet or 4.5 meters and illustrates a dramatic scene in which 6 small hunters confront a large buffalo-like creature, known as an anoa. The use of ochre pigments in the artwork points to an advanced understanding of materials and artistic techniques by these prehistoric artists.
The Nutty Putty Cave is a cave in the state of Utah in the United States. It was permanently closed in 2009 due to some tragic events. The cave has narrow passages that stretch over a length of 1,410 feet, and it's very tight to navigate through. Some passages even have tricky bends where you can barely squeeze through. Despite the challenges, adventurous people have attempted to explore this cave. As you may have guessed, it didn't always end well. In 2009, the cave had to be closed because a man named John Jones, who was 26 years old at the time, got stuck in a passage and couldn't get out. Do you find caves scary, and have you ever visited one? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.